Hey, good morning to you. Welcome. It's Martin, Jeff, and the Farmchick coming to you high atop the Eagle Building in beautiful downtown Goodland. Our show is being brought to you by Eklund Insurance, LLC, Northwest Tech, Elliott's Home Furnishings, Goodland Sonic Drive-In, and The Insurance Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff and the Farmchick take a hiatus. We have with us our very own favorite cow guy of all time, the cow guy, Ron Schilling. And a good mooing to you, cow guy.
Well, thank you for that introduction. You know, it's pretty nice to be here. It's really nice to be here in this kind of weather.
Yeah, it's and you've been. I really appreciate you being here because you're really busy right now. It's calving time. Right?
It's calving season, and but I don't think I've ever experienced a nicer calving season as far as weather goes. It's been fabulous.
You're used to some snow, probably. Definitely snow. It's always snowy in March and April and February.
You know, we remember just have to plow the snow just for the kids, place to lay down. But this has been something. So as long as it'll start raining in April and May, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
I don't want to hamper your calving stuff, but I would like to see some snow or anything right now.
Oh, I think snow would be
way
good.
Overdue.
Yeah, we need some snow, but you know, I don't think there's a normal season anymore. It's all different than it used to be.
Yeah.
Seems like it to me anyway.
Do you buy into the global warming idea as a reason for all of this?
I buy into that the Earth is always changing, and that man can't really do a whole lot about it, and that we can just be puzzled by it, and we just live with what we got. So that's what we go with.
Right. I had a discussion with a guy once about the Earth. Are we so full of ourselves that we feel like we can actually change the climate of the world ourselves? I know we get chemicals and things like that that they say is what's causing it, but
well, yeah, they say, you know, we might have affected some, but you know, this whole world's always changing. It hasn't been the same ever. It always, you know, you've gone through the Ice Age and the dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff, and I mean, the world is always evolving and changing, and actually humans haven't been around here for very long, so we really don't know what it's like.
Right. There've been heat ups, there've been cool downs, and through the course of history. So,
but I'm going to enjoy the weather what we got now.
Yeah,
I am going to enjoy it. It's good.
I don't mind a change in the winter to more balmy conditions. I'm not crazy about 110 degrees in summertime, you know, but it is what it is. I kind of want to get an overview of the farm economy according to Cow Guy right now. I mean, it's been kind of a tough thing here the past year or more, right?
Well, I guess the bottom line doesn't look real good. Commodity prices have really gone down, but our input costs haven't gone down much. That's the big thing right now. Is hurting people is that, you know, I mean, fertilizer gone down some, but not in as rapidly as the commodity prices have gone down.
The course of history, has that always been the case? If commodity prices are low, do input costs stay high or go low? I mean, how can input costs go low?
Well, one case point is, let's say anhydrous. Natural gas is cheap, and that's how they make anhydrous. Natural gas got really cheap, but the price of anhydrous really hasn't dropped a whole lot. I mean, it has some, but so it's a fluctuating market, and they know that farmers have to buy fertilizer, and they know they have to buy seed, and they know they have to get all their other inputs. And so if we're going to grow a crop, we're kind of stuck with what we have, and that's why we need competitive markets out there. But hopefully this thing will turn around. You know, we've been through worse before, I think. But
so how is the new president? How does he see agriculture, the farm bill? Is farm bill going to come due like next year or something? Is that what I heard? Or?
I think it's 2018. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The president wants to get rid of a lot of like the TPP and a lot of, and so I think a lot of us in agriculture are sitting there waiting around going, is this going to help us or is this going to hurt us? The one thing that we do like about the new president in agriculture is he's going to try to get rid of some regulations. You know, regulations really hurt agricultural commodities. I mean, it over-regulated we just feel like we've been so overregulated in agriculture, and we've been so overregulated in rural areas, and we're hoping that will help us as much as anything.
What's an example of what's a regulation? I mean, regarding chemical, or I knew there was one about some silly thing about the amount of dust that you kick up in the air and things like that.
We've heard those. I mean, that was actually a true thing. They were going to go after the dust in the air on a country road. But another one was this waterways of the United States or something like that. And anything that flowed, any kind of water, the EPA or one of those regulatory groups were going to be able to monitor that and regulate us off of that, that's not right. I mean, when those things were set up, that was made for like the Mississippi and those kind of navigating waters. But they wanted to do, if you had a stream behind your house that flowed when it rained, they was going to be able to regulate that, that's just too much. It's just too much. I think we have people in government that are looking for jobs, so they make more regulations, so they create more new jobs, and it just kind of got out of hand. So hopefully we get this back in line again and kind of let common sense get back in charge.
There was another one. What was this? The prairie chicken.
Oh yeah.
Has that been resolved yet?
I don't know.
That one. That's an issue that could hurt not only your business. It could hurt my business. For companies that want to string fiber optic or telephone lines across an area, they might be restricted from doing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it might change the way you farm or how you graze your cattle. And I told the Fish and Game Department guy one time over there at Colby, I said, most of the farmers and ranchers would love to have prairie chickens on the place. Because, I mean, they're kind of cool looking. But the way you've gone about it, you've scared us to death. We want them all dead. Because if one shows up, we could be in trouble. But they need to do it different. They need to work with agriculture and let us, we would like to have them around, but they just scare us to death with the regulations. Another thing, I talked to a guy that worked on the big wind generators.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. When they're out there working on a wind generator and a rattlesnake strikes at them, if they come across a rattlesnake, they can't kill it. They got to pick the rattlesnake up and write up a whole story about this rattlesnake and transfer him to a different place.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
You are kidding me.
No, this was a true story. So,
is that strictly for windmill operators? It's certainly not for producers. You guys kill snakes all the time, right?
But those guys that have their wind generators, they're regulated by. They got to count the birds out there, and they got to count everything that crawls around. They want to make sure that it doesn't ruin nature, and so it's gotten out of hand. And I think that's one of the reasons that people are kind of up in arms is they said enough's enough, and let's get back to common sense.
Oh. Well, what concerns me, if one administration comes in and changes everything, then another one will come back in and change it all back again.
It's kind of scary.
Does that happen?
I listen to these guys I don't listen to as much news anymore as I used to because it just drives me crazy.
Yep.
I mean, they sound like a bunch of kindergartners. I mean, it is absolutely horrible right now, and I think we've gotten to the point where everybody wants to see the other guy fail. And it isn't about America anymore. It's about seeing the other party fail. And I think it's getting old, really, really old.
Well, what concerns me is that, and I'm talking about both sides, right or left, nobody chooses to understand the other side's reasoning for something.
No.
We're a farm culture here. You have very good reasons for not wanting this regulation. Well, the left side's doesn't care. They don't sympathize with you at all. And the same thing's true of the right. There may be some things that somebody on the left, a good idea that they have that well, you don't like that. So there's no compromise. That's
there is
the problem.
Another example is the pipeline up there in North Dakota.
Yeah.
I actually know some people that live up there, and they were telling us about it. They said that those protesters are paid protesters.
Really?
They're actually getting paid by the hour to be up there. So somebody is paying their salary to make this scene. And I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're not there because of the pipeline. They are there because they're being paid, and that the movie stars and the actors and the people that come in, they fly in, get their picture taken, then they're gone. They aren't there to. I mean, it is so outrageous anymore with these. And it's all driven by media, and
Well, that explains why and the media has been telling this story. Why the protesters left all this stuff behind, it costing government $1 billion to clean it all up.
yeah, I think the state government of North Dakota is going to pass a law next year that these people were telling me, or they're working on it. They got to clean their mess up.
Yeah,
You will be held accountable for your mess.
that was very disappointing. If I had any sympathy for their cause, I lost it all because I lost all the respect for them because of that. And it could be like you said, if they're paid to do it, why should they clean it up? They're just it wasn't anything that they apparently wanted to keep, so they just left it behind.
And another story they tell about, this is what this guy is telling me, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it makes some sense that, before a pipeline or anything's done, you have these public hearings, and they have public hearings after public hearings, and hardly anybody showed up for those public hearings.
Wow.
But there was a few Indians that did, and so the pipeline actually moved the pipeline away from the Indian reservation, and that's what started a big ruckus, because the Indian tribes up there figured out if the pipeline doesn't go through their reservation, they don't get any money. So it's a wild story up there that has just gotten out of hand, and so hopefully common sense will prevail. But I'm starting to think that there's not a whole lot of that stuff left anymore. Yeah. Common sense.
I haven't seen a lot of it lately. I don't know. Well, let's. We would. I know if Jeff and the Farmchick were here, all we would be talking about would be the Academy Awards.
Oh my!
Which I watched. I don't always watch the entire thing, but I wanted to watch and see what kinds of jokes they're telling and speeches they're making, and it was pretty tame. Jimmy Kimmel told typical late night show type jokes about Trump that were anything, over the top. But it was so I kind of got into it. I stuck with it and couldn't believe the way it ended. I mean, I saw it live, thought it was a joke, but I've never seen anything like that happen before.
And I saw a little bit on the internet later, but they actually read the card wrong, right?
Right. Well, it was funny. Warren Beatty, when he opened the envelope, and I thought there was something wrong with him. I thought maybe he was intoxicated or something. I don't know, because he was looking at it funny. He looked back in the envelope, thinking, "Well, this," like he didn't know what to say. And Faye Dunaway kind of smacked him and said, "Come on, get on with it," And so she read it out loud. Well, he was dumbfounded because it didn't say Best Picture; it said Best Actress inside the. So that's why he didn't say anything. So I felt bad about thinking that of him. He was just confused over the whole thing.
That's happened, and it happened at the Miss Universe contest a couple years ago too.
Yeah,
I mean, they've had several of those. And these people get paid big bucks to do this kind of stuff. You think they get it right?
Well, they talked about how they have two sets of envelopes, one on each side of the stage, and I guess maybe depending on what side the person who announces the winner is coming from, they get the envelope. That could be very confusing. They should only have one set in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe. But so as it turns out, I know some Trump supporters were hoping that, and maybe some of them boycotted because it was one of the lowest rated Academy Award shows in recent history. So it could be that that's what happened. But I thought it was pretty tame. I didn't, I like movies. Do you watch movies?
I like movies.
So I've never liked entertainers using themselves, as a platform or as a commentator on political affairs. I hate that when politicians and or sports people, like who's the football player who wouldn't stand for the national anthem.
Oh yeah, Kaepernick. Okay, so there's the only movie I watched I think that was up for anything was No, the gals that worked at NASA. Did that movie win anything?
Yeah, numbers or something.
Yeah.
Something numbers. I don't think it. I don't know.
I liked that
It
movie.
did.
I thought it was a great movie.
Did you see it? I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
I went and saw it down here at our local theater. Ate a lot of popcorn and watched that movie. It was great.
I always see the movies after the fact. I'm just finishing up seeing last year's movies, but
Hidden Figures, I think was the name of it.
Hidden Figures. Yeah.
Hidden Figures, but it was a fantastic movie with a lot of history. And I like to watch the movies that are based on a real story. It's
Yeah.
kind of neat.
I want to see Hacksaw Ridge. I hear it's kind of rough and bloody, but it's another true story, and it's supposed to be pretty spectacular. La La Land. I like musicals. You probably would see that.
But I heard that La La Land was wonderful. Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, I see it's playing in Burlington right now.
Okay.
Or it was, but I'm sure it'll come here too. But yeah, we got to get out there and see some of these movies. The one that won, I have no clue what it's about. Moonlight. So I'm not sure what it's about. But last year's, I'm addicted to one of last year's movies, The Martian. Did you ever see that?
No, never saw it.
With Matt Damon.
No.
I just love that movie. I've seen it way too many times.
Was that he's stuck on Mars by himself,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so much for the movies. I hear that you know how we always talk about Dancing with the Stars. New season's coming up
Yeah.
in probably March or April. I guess both Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama were invited
Really?
to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Really?
Now that would have been really bizarre, I think, especially with Hillary. I don't know.
That's a true story, you think?
It's really true.
Do you think they're going to do it?
No, they turned them down.
Oh.
The story I read said that they both, very quickly turned it down, which I'm sure, But they always have some politicians on there.
Yeah.
They had he's now, is he the environment, the EPA guy, the Perry, the Texan
Oh,
governor,
yeah,
Governor
yeah.
Perry. He was on Dancing with the Stars last year.
Was?
He was terrible,
I bet he was.
but he had a good attitude about it, though. So
I didn't realize he was on there. I don't watch those shows as much as I used to. I'm stuck on watching shows about houses right now.
like Home and Garden TV stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching those, and then History Channel with Pawn Stars. I like that show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of into that kind of deal right now.
Yeah.
So
Fixer Upper. You watch that?
yes, the people from Texas, they're wonderful.
I like just down to earth, normal, like people like us from our, the people they have there. They just seem like it's nice that it's not an urban type program. That's something we can relate to.
Well, then there's a gal, the Pioneer Woman.
Yeah.
Okay, I read an article on her the other day where she's in a town of like 4,500 people, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Her store that she started with a restaurant brings in 6,000 people a month to that little town.
Yeah.
And they stand there and wait to get in. I think I could be off on the numbers, but it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, it's the same thing. Waco is a pretty big town, but it's bringing a lot of people there. That Magnolia
Yes.
Center they have there.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool deal, and I think it's neat, and I like to watch it. They seem to have fun, but I like those kind of shows is what I'm kind of getting into right now.
Yeah. Does it make you want to remodel your house or anything like that? Is that something you're considering?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I like to watch people do it, but I don't. It just amazes me that they can get those jobs done in 30 minutes.
Well, I don't know about Fixer Upper, but on the Property Brothers, you ever watch that one?
Yeah, but my wife likes the Property Brothers, but those skinny jeans just turned me. You just can't work in skinny jeans, and they're doing it all the time. So, see that guy on Fixer Upper, he wears real jeans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
He
real
seems like
jeans.
he could be a Kansan. You know?
He's a real jeans, but that Property Brothers and the skinny jeans can't do it.
Well, but the Property Brothers. My point is that they always say at the beginning of the show this is going to be an 8-week project.
Yes.
So you say it takes only 30 minutes. Well, it's actually
8 weeks, but
8 weeks.
and they always get right down to the last second to be done.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
It's all designed to be.
You know.
There's drama. They always find something wrong.
Yeah. keep the ratings up. But I like the show Fixer Upper really well. I think I just like those two people. They're neat.
You're watching any of the food channels and stuff?
I watched a show the other day about beating Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat.
Many times, yeah. It's kind of fun.
So seems like a nice guy, too.
I'd like to go on and challenge Bobby Flay to chili.
Yeah, you should.
I think I could beat him. Homegrown chili. So.
Got to do the chili thing's coming up again here in, 6 months?
Yeah, September.
Just start planning stuff to make that chili.
Sports-wise, how about them Jayhawks? Number one in the country.
I think that people don't realize how wonderful a team that is. I mean, the system that they have, that won 13 conference championships, which ties UCLA back in the 70s. And the Big 12's no little wimpy league.
No,
I mean, it's
tough this year. They're the best conference in the entire country right now.
So, I think that's amazing what KU's done at the basketball program.
Yeah, and I grew up being a big Jayhawk fan. I root for K-State too. If they were winning the conference and going to be in the Final Four, I'd cheer for them just as much. But this year, again, it's the Jayhawks. Who knows how far they're going to go? Sometimes they kind of poop out when they get into the tournament, but baseball is just around the corner again, and you're not much of a baseball fan.
I don't get into baseball too much.
How about NASCAR? I don't get into that at all.
I don't do the NASCAR thing. I like football.
Yeah.
I like football, and that's basically the only sport I really follow. So, anyway, but he's talking about basketball. I have some friends on Facebook that are K-State fans, and which I'm on, so they they just rant and rave about how bad our basketball coach is. And I look at this guy that's getting so mad, and I thought, I don't think you could even dribble a basketball, but he gets so wound up about the program. I just get a kick out of people that really get negative.
I saw one the other day that said he was mad because they allowed the coach to ride back on the bus with him. He shouldn't be allowed to ride on the bus, But
yeah, it's been an amazing trip. But I for UKU fans out there, I think that's a pretty amazing accomplishment to win the conference 13 years in a row.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Got just a few minutes left. Anything else on your mind, Cal guy? That here's your opportunity. You got kind of a cold. Is that from being out in the?
I got one of these goofy sinus infections, and it's just crazy. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about each and every one of your sponsors for this show.
Oh, great.
Let's do them. Start them. I'm going to tell you a story about each and every one of them.
Okay. I hope it's a good story.
Oh, they're good stories.
Okay. How about let's start with the insurance agency.
Oh, the girls.
The girls.
I went to school with those girls, with Roxanne, see, and they're really, really nice, right? Located right here on Main Street. Good bunch of people. You stop in and see them. And their one son came back and is the athletic director for the Northwest Tech. How you like that?
Oh, that's right.
Give me another one.
Elliot's right across the street.
Oh, Mike Elliott over there. If you need to get flooring or anything or get your vacuum cleaner fixed, you go see Mike Elliott. He's a good guy.
And they are a Hoover repair center.
Yeah, they had to fix my vacuum cleaner the other day.
Very good.
Give me another one.
I know you like this place, Sonic Drive-In.
I like Sonic. My wife gets strawberry-flavored water. She just loves that stuff. I don't see how they make any money selling it, but it's good stuff, and they always have a good hamburger. So
I had
another great sponsor you got there.
Strawberry banana milkshake the other day.
I like that.
To die for. Eckland Insurance.
Jackie and the whole crew down there, they're located on 17th Street and Caldwell. They always have their American flag up their way. They're one of the top premier ag insurance places in the country. Did you know that?
That's right. And they are the sponsor of the Gardener Remembers
Facebook. That's a great show.
So we appreciate that. And Northwest Tech.
Okay, I went to one of their basketball games. I went and watched the girls play the other night. That team is like 28 or 29-1. So I hope they have a wonderful season and go a long ways in the tournament. I saw a kid hit a halfway. At halftime they had this contest. They put money in the pot, and this kid hit the shot from half court.
I saw the video of that.
Isn't that pretty neat?
That's
so that's great. They had some wrestlers that placed in the nation this year. So anyway, I just listen to this show and I hear about your sponsors, and I just think they're a bunch of neat people that are helping
Yeah.
build and thrive.
Right. And, the show, those sponsors, most all of them have been with us for it'll be 8 years next fall. And then the show itself, I think we started, just used to be me and Jeff, and you filling in occasionally.
Yeah.
So we're going on probably 12 years for this show in itself.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
show about nothing, and sometimes you wonder why people, if you wasted another half hour of your time.
Well, probably did, but what else did you have to do?
Right. You like to listen to it on the internet. Right?
Yes, you can listen to this. That's the neat thing, because I'll miss it sometimes on the radio, but you can find it on you put it on Facebook, and you can sit there and listen to the show while you scroll down through all your Facebook stuff. It's kind of cool.
There you go.
I like that.
We get a lot of comments like that, so that's the convenience of Facebook. We encourage folks, if you haven't found it there yet, go to Martin Jeff and the Farmchick Facebook page. Just go Google Martin Jeff and the Farmchick, and it'll be there.
Good.
Which we're about out of time, Cal Guy. I appreciate you coming in.
Well, it's good. First day of March is going to be a lion or a lamb. We always wonder about how the day will turn out.
That's right. Hopefully we'll get some rain or some snow or something.
Oh, it'll be fine. We're always going to be fine.
All right. Hey, thanks, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, thank you, Marty.
Ron Schilling is the Cow Guy with us today on Martin, Jeff, and the Farm Chick. Our show brought to you by Eklund Insurance, LLC, Northwest Tech, The Insurance Agency, Goodland Sonic Drive-In, and Elliott's Home Furnishings here on KLOE AM Radio, Eagle Cable Channel 10, and streaming on the web, our Facebook page. See you next week.